So we're reviewing side control in the crucifix position, right? The top side crucifix. So one, I clear this arm to get to underhook. Once I have the underhook, I want to make sure I have a tight wrap around his arm, right? So my hand's going to come up here, like by the side of my neck, and I'm going to pinch with my ear so that when he tries to get this arm out, it's a little challenging for him, right? And then turn my thing. So once I have this, now the next thing is I'm going to sit through, right? I want my knee up here under his shoulder, right? I'm going to grab the wrist and then pass over, and then now this thigh is over his elbow. So you see there, his shoulder's elevated, and I'm pushing down here to lower his elbow. And that creates this position where it's his head can't get to the floor very easily. Kind of bring your head to the floor, right? And as I pull back here, right, I can lift his head, right, because I have this lever under his shoulder, right? This is strong, right, because his arm is in a funky position, his shoulder is elevated. It's not a great position for him to try and move this arm, right? Again, he can bring it down, but it's gonna be hard for him to pull it out. Versus if I just squeeze here, right, there's not as much pressure on his shoulder, his head can be flat, right, and he can start moving this arm around a lot, right? So don't rely on the pinch, go for the scissor, right? You see from here, look how relaxed he is, and suddenly he's not relaxed, right? And then from here, I can cradle the head. Now the head, one, I want to pull chin to chest, but also I want to go off axis, bring his ear to one shoulder or his ear to the other shoulder, right? Combined with pulling his chin to his chest, this is wildly uncomfortable, right? I see a lot of you guys going belly down here, right? This is not where we want to be. I mean, it seems like a good version of side control, but this arm is really loose in this position. He can start to pummel that out. And two, there's no weight across his chest, right? When I sit here, right, now there's weight across his chest, his head is elevated, and his posture is broken. It makes it very hard for him to bridge. Go ahead and bridge, right? And then I throw this at him, makes it extra hard for him to bridge. If he tries to sit up really strong, which is one of Dan's classic moves, pulling that head off axis is gonna make it really hard for him to get a lot of strength coming up and forward, right? So you guys are gonna start in this position, right? This side crucifix, and the person on bottom is gonna like buck like a bull for a minute and try to get out of there and do whatever you can. Your job, just hold him down there in that side crucifix for a minute. Don't even worry about submissions. Just do 1 minute, just trying to hold the person down, not let them escape that position.
Just suffering.
Just suffering. Yeah, it'll do you a little bit. Yeah, good for yourself. All right, 3 claps. 1, 2, 3.